It's funny when you don't know what you don't know until you know it. I want to share something with you. See, the number one industry in the world right now, as the world is moving, is AI. The second largest industry is finances, financial services industry. What's interesting is that they both overlap as one, because very soon, based on the rapid way things are moving, the AI industry, as it stands right now, not only supports, but also backs up the financial industry, full of the processing and computing and technologies required for systems to work at maximum efficacy. What's very interesting is that the financial game, as it relates to the rules of money, is changing. Meaning, just like there are new laws being made, that's it. There are new rules of money being made. Now, does it mean the old rules of money don't apply? Not necessarily. It just means that the new rules of money, the way money's moving, the currency, the flow of currency, the banks are going to look completely different, if you understand what I'm talking about. Because keep in mind, money is also referred to as currency like a flow of water. And on the side of the water, the flow of the current is the banks, right? So I want you to understand that as I begin to kind of give you a slight understanding in some of the changes that are happening. Now, first things first, let's go start with the old rules of money. Now, the old rules of money, I'm going to go back to the founding fathers. From their time, of course, we all have our constitutional right. Like we have a right to travel, we have a right to free speech, we have our founding constitutional rights that were given to us by the Constitutional. And I say us, meaning by, even though when the Constitution was written, people that look like me, we weren't sitting at the table. Let's be very clear about that. So while I say this with the liberty to say it in the country that I'm saying it in, I'm also keeping the well-aware understanding that at the time when the Constitution was written, people like me were in the cotton fields. We weren't sitting at the table fighting or arguing or debating what it looked like, sounded like, or should be like to have equality. That's the first thing. Because of that, we're still dealing with the segregation or the integration mental aspect of that racism from all those years. Now, I'm getting to finances now. I'm getting to finances, and it's important. And the reason why I say that is because we as a people, you got to understand why I say that, and I say it proudly, because if you understood, black people, we were the economy back then. They needed niggas, bruh. They needed niggas. Without niggas, they wouldn't be in America. That's a fact. Who else was picking the fucking cotton? Who else was doing the fucking work? They needed niggas. Now, we had the intelligence and the ability to endure the sun because of our pigmentation, because we are uniquely designed. So they didn't travel all across the world to go get us, to bring us here because they hate us. Nah, they needed motherfuckers. They needed people. They needed us. We were the economy. All right? And I say that with passion because I need you to understand right now, black people, we are the economy. It has not changed. The Wall Street is still Wall Street. We're still the number one consumers and suppliers of the market across demographics. Now, I digress to make my point. It is about capital and AI and how they intertwine. But we're going back to the old rules of money, and we're going all the way back for you to understand where I'm coming from. I'm not only standing in the sun slaving in the sun to talk to you, like my ancestors slaving in the sun to bring information to the country for wealth. Because they were out there in the sun doing cotton because they had to. They were being beaten and whipped and chains to go out there to go get that. I'm out here in the sun because I have the liberty and I have the freedom and the opportunity to share this information and take the time to help you to get some understanding and give back. So when people see me in the street, like they say, holla at a player when they see me in the street. Yeah, when you see me, you understand where I'm coming from because it makes a fundamental difference. And that's kind of why I want to take these 10 minutes to share this 15 minutes to share the old and the new rules of money. Now, as we've transitioned, if you've noticed, the Rockefeller effect or the waterfall method is what I want to talk about, because Rockefellers used oil money in finances, life insurance, and from there, he not only dictated how we would learn about information and finances, but he also positioned his family through the old rules of money from a constitutional standpoint to make sure that his family was set up for generational wealth via life insurance, cash value life insurance, and a trust that mitigates and responsible for everything. Now, that was the key thing that is still being applied now. Now, as we transition, that was the old rules of money. He used life insurance. Let's remember McDonald's, life insurance. Michael Kors, life insurance. There's so many different companies, there's so many different places, that there's so many different stories of people who started their businesses from their life insurance policy and the money's available from the life insurance policy. And I'm not talking about they had to die to get it. No, meaning they had that life insurance policy and they used the money they had in that shit to go do what they needed to do now, which is the game I'm trying to help you to get hip to, which is why I'm talking to you like this. Now, I can come to you in a professional manner in my suit, and I can sit in my office. You know, I had an office here in Hollywood, Florida. Shout out to the Candy Thomas. Thank you, Patrick Bet-David. I built a successful agency with PHP Integrity, and we actually merged with Integrity, made $1 billion sale. So I'm happy to contribute to that sale and that merger and an entire sale, because that was a wonderful process. I did the same thing with HGI, started with the HGI, Rory Douglas, and within a few short months to a year of working with them and helping to cultivate that base, we were able to share the information, and they were also able to get the partnership and launch with Integrity. And I'm so happy to be a part of that. Now I'm on a new journey with a new company, and this company is Experior. Now, what I'm trying to share with you right now is the fundamentals again of the new rules and the old rules of money. So again, life insurance is fundamental, guys. It's not just for when you die, it's for when you're alive, okay? I'll say that to you to say this, right? It's not a tax, it's not a bill. Like, if you got a car, you got to pay insurance on that shit. If you got a house, you got homeowners insurance. You got a phone, you got iPhone insurance. So you paying insurance for all of that shit, but you working for that, and you're not going to insure your life? Come on now. What type of shit is that? Think about it. It works the same way. Your car don't have to die for the insurance to work. Shit, you can just get a fender bender, right? And they fix that shit. The insurance kick in. Shit, you might even get a rental for a couple motherfucking weeks. But then you get your car back and you ride that shit. Why? Because you're making your insurance payment and your insurance pay for that shit, right? Exactly. You got life insurance. God forbid something happen, you lose a fucking leg. Guess what? Some of these policies pay up out to 80%. So if you got $1 million policy, that insurance policy could pay you up to $800,000 now while you still alive. So you ain't out here whirling, struggling, suffering on fucking 9 to 5 and fucking waiting in line for no money. No, your life insurance policy done gave you 800 bands. You done got your house, made you a wheelchair ramp. Now you rolling. You got your own little caravan. That's exactly how they do it, because they use life insurance to get them through it. It's not just for when you die, it's also for when you're alive. Now, the importance of it, a lot of people have been talking about IUL, but the fundamental aspects of putting this entire thing, guys, is to have a will and a trust. You have to have the complete structure. So having an IUL or having insurance policies or having it's a great fundamental, but you have to have not only the insurance structured properly, but you have to have your trust properly set up properly, so you put them together in your estate so nobody can touch it. This is how you make sure that your house is passed on to your kids and Uncle Sam can't touch it. This is how you make sure that every tot Every asset you have, every stock you own, is passed down to your kids. Why don't you ever hear about a Rockefeller working? I think the last Rockefeller that worked was in New York way back in the day as a mayor, and they were still so rich that his son freaking went to Africa somewhere and wound up living in Africa and got and lost in Africa. He was torn. That's the type of money they have. And why did they have that money? Because they used the old rules of money. Now, I'm going to put y'all on game on the new rules of money. As I'm saying, the financial game is changing. So now, not only do you need a life insurance policy, you also have to make sure you have your will and your trust put together in the proper structure. You have to have both your revocable and your irrevocable trust set up. Not everybody's gonna need everything, but you gotta know where you at to get in, where you fit in, because if you stay on the outside, keep on saying, you're gonna wait for the government that lied to you to tell you the truth and help you understand, or you just waiting for Uncle Sam, you're not who I'm talking to, man. I'm talking to the people who are tired of working and tired of slaving and want to understand how to put themselves and their families in the right position. So now, as you see, cryptocurrency is now taking a complete effect on the entire landscape of finances. When it started, people said Bitcoin was crazy. Don't do it. You're wasting your time. Now, BlackRock, State Street, and every single financial institution is prepared for the integration starting at the end of this year, 2025, going into 2026, of cryptocurrency financial processing. These are the new rules of money that are happening. Okay, so with the new rules of money, you got to understand, guys, you need to have a crypto wallet, a secure crypto wallet. You need to have an on-chain and an off-chain wallet, okay? What do I mean by that? You need an off-chain wallet or a cold wallet, which is like your wallet in your pocket that nobody can get your money out of it, because there's two kinds of wallets. There's a crypto wallet that's an on-chain wallet, like your Krakens and your Coinbases. That's on-chain. You're registered and you're logged in. So even though it's your account and it's private, the government still has access and they know what's in that shit. Now, your off-chain wallet, and that's like your trust. That's like your asset. So when you take that asset, you take it off that coin, you put it on a cold, an off-chain wallet. So you need to understand these things, guys. JRL Miller Group. Follow me on Instagram. Make sure you tap in. I'm going to be getting back and by really breaking down the game for you guys. Financial services, what's really happening, why it's important for you to have these things, why it's important to start applying them now, why it's important for you to start implying or integrating crypto into these things, and how you can structure not just your crypto assets to be a part of your tax-free retirement. Because if you think about it, all of the old stocks that you have are now being tokenized. So if you now have an opportunity to own old money and get paid off of that, and now own the new digital tokenized stock money and get paid off of that too? You're not understanding, guys. I'm trying to help you understand the new rules of money. Yes, insurance is important. Insurance is a vital part of it, but you have to understand how the market and the world is changing. And that's exactly why I'm trying to break this information down for you guys. All right, so again, follow me on Instagram, JRL Miller Group, okay? I'm gonna try to follow back with everybody, and what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be going through the Life Hacks platform, so you'll see the link there, and I'll make sure it's in this video as well. On the Life Hacks platform, I'm going to be integrated what's called the AI Profits Club, okay? And in the AI Profits Club, every single week, I'm going to be coming in, I'm going to be breaking this information down step by step, game by game, what you're going to need, how you're going to need it. And now one other thing that's going to be key and essential to all of this, right? Which is the hidden gem behind it, right? You see, both the old rules of money and the new rules of money work on some of the same frequencies, right? But like I said, it's backed up by AI, and they all also participate in the market. So whether you got bars of gold at home that grows value because of what the value of gold is in the market, it's still in the market. So again, when you understand, I'm going to be breaking down not only the insurance, not only the financial literacy, not only the trust, not only the wills, not only the estates, but also the crypto, how to get your wallets, how to have the on-chain, off-chain. In addition, what are the investment options you should be looking at based on how the cryptocurrency and the markets are changing, not based on what I have. And it's essential to that. The markets themselves, the stock market, and how the digitalized, the tokenized, and how you could participate in both the digital asset trading and purchasing those digital stocks on a digital market and trade on that, as well as working within the confines and the flow of the stock market and participating in that, guys. That's my time. Jason Miller, Royal Llewellyn. Check that spelling. Life Hacks HQ 100X. Holla at your boy.